Imagine a life constantly under surveillance, where every step you take, every move you make, is being watched. The feeling of eyes on you, even in the most mundane moments, can be incredibly unsettling. You might start to notice the same faces appearing in different places, or feel like someone is always just a few steps behind you. This isn't just paranoia, it's a reality for some. This essay delves into the shadowy world of gang stalking and mimicry, exploring its potential motivations, psychological impact, and the challenges faced by those who claim to be victims. We will examine the various tactics used by stalkers, the psychological toll on the targets, and the broader implications of this disturbing phenomenon. By shedding light on this issue, we hope to foster a greater understanding and awareness of the experiences of those who believe they are being targeted. Strangers seem to know your every move, and the sense of being watched never truly leaves you. It's as if your life has become an open book, with every chapter being scrutinized by unknown eyes. The anxiety builds as you start to question every interaction, every glance, and every whisper. Is it just your imagination, or is there something more sinister at play? In the context of gang stalking, mimicry refers to the deliberate replication of a target's behaviors, movements, or even their possessions by the alleged stalkers. This can include wearing similar clothes, adopting similar mannerisms, or even using the same phrases. The goal is to blur the lines between the target and the stalkers, creating a sense of unease and confusion. It's a form of psychological warfare that can be incredibly effective in destabilizing the target. Subtle forms of harassment permeate your daily existence. These aren't just random acts of unkindness. They are calculated, deliberate, and designed to unsettle you. Harassing messages flood your inbox. Strange calls come at odd hours, and you find yourself constantly looking over your shoulder. The stress and frustration can be overwhelming, making it hard to focus on anything else. This unsettling scenario describes the alleged experience of individuals who believe they are targets of gang stalking. These individuals often feel isolated and alone, unsure of who to trust. The fear of being watched and followed can lead to a constant state of hypervigilance, where every shadow and every sound becomes a potential threat. This sense of unpredictability can be one of the most distressing aspects of gang stalking. It's a lonely and terrifying existence. Adding another layer of complexity to this already perplexing issue is the use of mimicry. This isn't just about copying someone's style or habits. It's a deliberate attempt to invade their personal space and sense of self. By mimicking the target's behaviors, the stalkers create a sense of confusion and disorientation. It's a psychological tactic designed to make the target question their own reality. While the existence of organized gang stalking remains a subject of debate, the experiences reported by individuals who believe they are targeted deserve careful consideration and understanding. Whether or not gang stalking is a widespread, organized phenomenon, the impact on those who feel they are being targeted is very real. Their stories highlight the need for empathy, support, and further investigation into this troubling issue. By listening to and validating their experiences, we can begin to address the underlying issues and provide the necessary support for those affected. Mimicry, in the context of gang stalking, adds a chilling dimension to the already unsettling experience. It involves the deliberate replication of the target's behaviors, mannerisms, or possessions by the alleged stalkers. This can range from copying the target's clothing style or hairstyle to mirroring their online activity, or even repeating phrases they use. Imagine waking up one day and noticing that someone is wearing the exact same outfit as you, down to the smallest detail. At first, it might seem like a coincidence, but as it continues to happen, it becomes clear that it's intentional. This form of mimicry can be deeply unsettling, making the target feel like they are losing their individuality. The stalkers might also imitate the target's gestures, speech patterns, and even their daily routines. For instance, if the target has a habit of tapping their fingers when they are nervous, the stalkers might start doing the same thing in their presence. This constant mirroring can make the target feel like they are being watched all the time, adding to their sense of paranoia and anxiety. This can range from copying the target's clothing style or hairstyle to mirroring their online activity, or even repeating phrases they use. The purpose of mimicry in gang stalking is believed to be twofold. First, it serves to further unsettle and disorient the target, making them question their own sanity and perceptions. When someone's unique characteristics and behaviors are constantly being reflected back at them in a distorted or mocking way, it can create a deeply unsettling and isolating experience. The target might start to feel like they are living in a distorted mirror world where nothing is quite as it seems. The second purpose of mimicry is psychological manipulation. By mirroring the target's behavior, the stalkers may be attempting to establish a sense of control or dominance over them. This can make the target feel like they are constantly being watched and judged, further eroding their sense of safety and autonomy. The constant feeling of being watched can lead to heightened anxiety and stress. The target might start to second-guess their every move, wondering if they are being observed and imitated. This can create a vicious cycle of paranoia and fear, making it difficult for the target to feel safe in their own environment. Over time, this can have a significant impact on the target's mental health. They might start to feel isolated and alone, as if no one else can understand what they are going through. The constant mimicry can make them feel like they are losing their sense of self, as their unique traits and behaviors are constantly being mirrored and mocked. In some cases, the stalkers might even go as far as to mock the target openly, making fun of their mannerisms or behaviors in a way that is meant to belittle and humiliate them. This can be incredibly damaging to the target's self-esteem and sense of self-worth. The goal of this form of psychological manipulation is to break down the target's sense of self and make them feel powerless. By constantly mirroring and mocking the target, the stalkers aim to create a sense of confusion and disorientation, making it difficult for the target to trust their own perceptions and judgments. This can lead to a state of constant fear and anxiety, as the target feels like they are always being watched and judged. The stalker's goal is to make the target feel like they have no control over their own life, further eroding their sense of autonomy and self-worth. In conclusion, mimicry in the context of gang stalking is a powerful tool of psychological manipulation. By mirroring the target's behaviors and mannerisms, the stalkers aim to create a sense of confusion, disorientation, and fear. This can have a significant impact on the target's mental health, leading to feelings of isolation, anxiety, and a loss of self-worth. One woman, for instance, reported that after she started speaking out about her alleged gang stalking experiences, she noticed people in her neighborhood and workplace wearing the same clothes or accessories she had recently purchased. This unsettling pattern of mimicry left her feeling deeply disturbed and vulnerable, as if her identity was being stolen and used against her. It is important for those who are experiencing this form of harassment to seek support and help from trusted individuals or professionals. Understanding the tactics used by stalkers can help targets regain a sense of control and take steps to protect their mental health and well-being. Another individual, a man who believed he was being targeted due to his political activism, claimed that strangers would frequently repeat phrases he had used in private conversations or online posts. This eerie echoing of his own words made him question whether his communications were being intercepted and used to further torment him. Remember, you are not alone, and there are resources available to help you navigate this difficult experience. By reaching out for support, you can begin to reclaim your sense of self and find ways to cope with the challenges you are facing.